All right, man. We're gonna try this again. Okay, guys. Not sure what happened there, but my audio is just not working. Not really sure why. And you wouldn't believe what the issue was. All I had to do was turn it off and turn it back on. But here we are. I know. You saw the notification. You're like, what the hell? What the hell's happening right now? What the helly? Yes, it's true. Sportswithseb is back on the air, man. You already know what time it is, bro. I gotta get on the stream on the phone, make sure we look good and we sound good. Still, bro. I gotta get on the stream on the phone, make sure we look good and we sound good. Let's go, man. It's a W all around, chat. It's a W all around, and I'm gonna keep the chat up here on my phone. Even though I could probably put it on my other screen because I have 3 screens now. Yeah, we upgraded heavy on the stream setup, chat. I promise. We are looking good. But yeah, so obviously you guys are probably wondering what the hell is this guy doing back on the air. Well, guys, I'm here to announce that I'm back, man. I'm back. Starting in March, I'm going to try and do an episode at least once a week. Definitely once every 2 weeks, you're going to see an episode of Sports with Seb. I have a couple of new things that I want to try on the podcast episodes that we didn't get to see before. I am going to run it solo, though. I'm not going to have a co-host, okay? That is still just going to be Seb. We might have some guests here and there. We'll see as time goes on. But for now, things are looking good, man. Things are looking good. But the first thing that I have here that I wanted to talk about was obviously the recent news going on in the sports world. More specifically, as you guys know, I am a big Dolphin fan. Big time Dolphin fan. But we've had some recent news lately on the Dolphins. Let me switch over here. We have some recent news on the Dolphins. This is just my my Twitter account, but yes, I do post sports on my Twitter account. If you guys aren't following me on Twitter already, Sportswithseb, you guys see all the Kane stuff. We're gonna get to that after we talk some Miami Dolphins football. So as you guys saw, it's about that time of the year where people start getting cut, people start getting released and whatnot. And obviously, I had a couple of things that I wanted to tweet about because the Dolphins released a couple of key players, right? So here we go. Here's the full tweet. All right, so February 16th. So this episode is taking place on the 18th. So if you're seeing this, it's February 18th right now. So 2 days ago, all right, Tyreek Hill, Bradley Chubb, Nick Westbrook-Ikhine, and James Daniels were all released from the Miami Dolphins. I know. The first 2 names you're like, what? That's crazy. What? How can they do that? The other 2 names you're like, I don't even know who those guys are. Well, put some respect on their names. Okay. James Daniels, I will say, if you don't know his name, that's totally fair. He only played 3 downs for the Miami Dolphins this season. 3 downs, not 3 games. 3 plays. 3 freaking plays. And we never saw him on the field again, and now, obviously, he's no longer going to be a Miami Dolphin. And then you have Nick Westbrook-Ikhine. You know, it was a signing that we got so we could have a little bit of a bigger body on the field, right? I mean, I want to say he's over 6 foot. I don't really know. Ikhine. Oh no, his name is Nick. Nick Westbrook-Ikhine. There we go. Where's this hide at, chat? Do you guys see it before I see it? Are you kidding me right now? You're gonna make me click a whole different website just to freaking see it? I am human. Thank you. Yeah. 6'2", bro. He's 6'2", man. So there's a guy, you know, with some speed on him. Former Titan, obviously. And he has some speed on him. He has some size to him. So it looked like a good addition at the time for the Miami Dolphins, obviously with Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill. Moving on to Tyreek Hill, now that I bring him up, I mean, come on. I mean, this was kind of expected for the Dolphins fans. If you guys have been keeping up with the news lately, obviously, you know, he suffered a terrible injury early on in the season, and we obviously hope that he recovers super fast and we get to see him play next season. But yeah, he did end up getting cut from the Miami Dolphins. Obviously now with the Miami Dolphins, with the new GM, with the new head coach, a whole new regime in Miami taking place. You know that changes were coming, but some people were skeptical on the Tyreek Hill. They really thought that maybe we keep him for a little bit longer. Maybe we keep him from another year, or at least let him finish the year out. You know, hoping he comes back, you know, at some point mid-season. But as we all know, that leg injury that he had was pretty serious, and he could be out for even all of next season, depending on how his recovery and stuff goes. But yeah, as a Miami fan, obviously it sucks to see him go. He had some really good years with us. But looking into the future, it was kind of expected. So I wasn't necessarily surprised, But when I did see my phone, I was like, ah, oh, damn, like that sucks, because that was one of our guys, bro. He had one of his best seasons on the Miami Dolphins uniform. Almost hit that record for most receiving yards in a single season. But Tyreek Hill, we wish him the best of luck. I do have a couple of teams where I think he might go, which I'll scroll up to later in the tweet. But yeah, so. And then obviously the last one that we're gonna talk about, the edge rusher Bradley Chubb. Bradley Chubb, man, another guy that I honestly I knew that was coming at some point, but I didn't think it was gonna be one of the first ones of the Miami Dolphins, cuts. And to see him go, I mean, technically, officially, he's not cut yet because I think we're gonna wait until post June. So I think his money is a little cheaper on us when we do cut him. So I think we're gonna wait till then. So he's not officially cut off the roster, but they basically already announced it to Jordan Schultz. I saw tweeted it. So he's pretty much good as gone, right? Obviously, a couple of guys that or at least two guys that had a major impact on the Miami Dolphins the last couple of seasons, and now obviously with the new regime, big changes are coming for the Miami Dolphins. I'm not really sure how many games we're gonna win next season. Maybe next episode we could talk about their schedule and what things are gonna look like, and maybe I'll give my prediction on how many wins we'll end up having by the end of it. But yeah, man, that's the recent Miami Dolphins news. Obviously, more cuts are expected to come. I tweeted this on the 16th, right? And I said, as you guys see here, look, I'm gonna highlight it for you. Look, Minka. Minka's someone I would like to keep. I would still like to say that, even though we've already announced today officially that we are looking to trade him away. Apparently, Jordan Schultz tweeted today that Minka Fitzpatrick is most definitely on the block in the NFL, and he is a 5-time Pro Bowler. And it was a great addition at the time for the Miami Dolphins when we traded for him. I mean, we were trying to still compete in some type of way, improve our safety, our DB's depth, because obviously that was a major question mark heading into this season and a little bit towards the end of last season. Who will play corner? Who will play safety for the Miami Dolphins? And obviously we traded for Minka. We got him back on the team that originally drafted him, and he had an alright season. Nothing too crazy, but it looks like obviously his time was very short and relived in a second stint as a Miami Dolphin, and he will probably be on a new team by the start of next season. But yeah, I tweeted this on the 16th. As soon as we started cutting people, Tyreek Hill, Bradley Chubb, I figured Minka was probably next to get cut. But hopefully, like I said, at the very least, he's got to be on the trading block, and of course he is on the trading block. So hopefully we can get something back in return for Minka, maybe a couple of picks in the future, obviously because we're in rebuild mode. So Tua, I tweeted this before I really analyzed the money on Tua. I said that he was going to get cut or traded by the end of the month. I don't think that's going to happen. I do think we're going to wait till around June, and when we really figure out, what kind of direction we're going to go in. There isn't really any major quarterbacks coming into free agency. I know Jimmy Garoppolo is a quarterback that's been thrown around for the Dolphins. Malik Willis is a quarterback that's been getting thrown around for the Dolphins to sign. But in all honesty, man, if we don't have a quarterback that we really, really like in free agency, that we were like, okay, in the next 3 to 4 years, we're going to try and, do something, even though obviously, like I said, not a lot of room there in the quarterback free agency market. Unless we have one of those guys that we're like, yeah, we're going to stick with you for at least 3 years. Honestly, man, just play the rookie, bro. Play Ewers. And if you end up keeping Tua, why not just play him, bro? Why not? What's the worst that can happen at this point if you continue to play him? You already have to pay him X amount of money. Whether you cut him, whether you trade him, whether you let him sit on the bench. You still got to pay him. You might as well let him play, earn the paycheck. That's all I'm saying. You never know. At the very least, go into training camp, which obviously I'm sure we'll do if Tua is still on the roster. Go into training camp for a quarterback battle for the starting spot. Quinn Ewers, Tua, whatever veteran quarterback we end up signing, which honestly, I really do think Malik Willis will end up coming to Miami, obviously because of all the Green Bay personnel that's made their way down to Miami. So that's just my opinion on the quarterback situation for the Miami Dolphins. If Tua's going to be on the roster, you might as well let him play. I mean, we had some of our best success when he was starting quarterback, aside from last year. Obviously, the year before, almost a playoff contending team, and we really shined for that one stint of Miami Dolphin history. And it was the greatest season that we've had in quite some time because, let's be honest, guys, the Miami Dolphins have not been a very good team the last couple seasons. But it was a good breath of fresh air on that season. Everybody was, screaming MVP for Tua and stuff. So it was great. It was great. But it is what it is. So obviously we're gonna scroll up here. So I'm gonna give some of my predictions. I think I put it on this one, or is this just another announcement? Yeah, this is just my announcement for it. So this is what I think Tyreek Hill could end up being on. Obviously today we saw a post circulating where he posted that he was in Kansas City already. So let that sit with you and do what it will. But I do think the Chiefs, the Bills, the Ravens, and the Commanders are 4 teams that I definitely think should be texting his agent and saying, hey, like, what's the price looking like? What's the health timeline looking like on your foot, on your leg, and see where they go. But a team that I really think would be interesting would be, hold on, I'm going to put it here, the 49ers. Hear me out, guys. The 49ers. They already know that they're going to move on from Brandon Ayuk after he basically didn't play the entire season last season. It's already been expressed that they literally hinted at it all season last season that they haven't seen this guy all year. And obviously now, they basically said he's good as gone. So, not sure what their money situation looks like over there in San Francisco, but if they could find a way to get Tyreek Hill over there, I think that team would be pretty dangerous. I mean, come on, look. No, I honestly didn't expect them to get that far into the playoff. I mean, granted, I think they lost in the first round, right? I love that I have my my thing here. So yeah, so they lost in the wild card round before losing to San Francisco. Oh, actually, so they won the first round. Actually, I do remember that. Yeah, so they beat the Eagles. They advanced into the next round. They play the Seattle Seahawks, obviously a division rival for them. They played them basically 3 times this season. You move on for that team. That team is still pretty good. Okay, team is pretty solid. Obviously, Fred Warner had an injury for most of the season, so he didn't really get to play. He's the focal point of that defense, and now he's going to come back, obviously, next season fully healthy. George Kittle had an injury throughout the season, and I'm not sure if he ended up sitting. I think he did sit that Eagles game, if I'm not mistaken. Now I'm going to go back and look it up. But I'm pretty sure he's been out for quite some time. Let's see here. Are you going to give me stats? If he was playing, he would have had a catch. Oh, he did have a catch. Oh, okay, so he did play. Could have swore he was on some type of injury, but nonetheless, whatever. Obviously, if you add Tyreek Hill to that roster, I think, they can make some noise and definitely can potentially win their division over the reigning champions Seattle Seahawks. Which, by the way, guys, the Super Bowl, I wasn't too crazy on the game itself. I think it started off really boring, but at the same time, it's the Super Bowl. It's literally defenses win championships, and that's exactly what happened in that Super Bowl. It was good. I mean, the halftime show, don't even get me started. It was amazing. It was the best thing I ever watched in my life. All right, so we're gonna scroll back up to where I started talking about the Canes because I do just kind of want to hint at some of the stuff that I've been doing while I've been gone from podcasting, guys. I haven't been sitting here in my room doing nothing, I promise. We've been out and about, getting articles done, going to see all these different games. Obviously, I live in Miami, so I've been to the games, I've been to the FIU games, and just recently, I think it was yesterday, if you're watching this on the 18th, and yes, last night, I did go to the Watsco Center where the Miami Hurricanes play. They played Virginia Tech, and honestly, it was a really good game. But the reason why I bring this up is just because obviously I wrote an article and the recap on it. So if you guys want to check it out, it's pinned in my Twitter or on my X account right now. And if you want to check it out, feel free to check it out if you guys want to see it. And I also want to shout out, obviously, Lemon City Live for giving me the opportunity to be able to write these articles and get me into these games for FIU, the Heat Gala event that I did that I'm sure some of you guys saw on everywhere that I post on social media. Obviously, they were the ones that, were able to get me that opportunity. So I just want to shout out Lemon City for them. And obviously, Pause Up, too. I can't forget my guys in the Pause Up podcast. Jake and Kevin, those are my guys, bro. They're killing it over there for the FIU coverage. So make sure you guys go check that out. I think they have interview with head coach Willie Simmons, the football coach for FIU. So make sure you guys go check that out. But yeah, so this is the article that I wrote, guys. If you guys want to check it out on the Lemon City website, link is in my X account pinned. It's the first tweet right here. Trey Donaldson had his best night as a college athlete. He had 32 points and brought back UM down in the closing minutes. Honestly, I really thought that they were going to lose that game because that was, honestly, it felt like a trap game because going into that game, UM, obviously on a 3-game win streak, Virginia Tech just came off of a FSU loss, which is their worst loss of the season. I think they lost by 23 points. So, sorry. Obviously, they wanted a chance to redeem themselves for what they put, for the show that they put on the last time that they played. So Virginia Tech was killing it, and I tweeted it earlier in that game that if Miami wanted to win, they need to start shooting better from 3. And by the end of the night, Virginia Tech still shot better from 3 from 3 compared to the Hurricanes, but it literally went down to this last play, which I'll show you guys in a second. So if you guys go back here, so where did I tweet it? Look, see? Yeah, shot is very good tonight. Meanwhile, UM has been the exact opposite. So literally all night, these guys haven't been able to shoot a shot. And this is the media break. Oh, I think I might have passed it already. Look, right here. This is the tweet right here. If UM wants to win the game, obviously they need to shoot better behind the arc. Yada, yada. You know, I don't want to say I called it, but I called it, man. I wouldn't be surprised if Virginia Tech makes it closer than it should be. UM going into this game should have won by, I think the spread was like 7.5 or something like that. So UM only won by a point. So just saying. But yeah, so that was obviously a good game. I think it went down to this last play here. So, bro, what, bro? Hi. Yeah. Yeah. So it went down to this last play here. Can you rewind it and put it on here? Boom. See, last play. Literally, this guy. Oh, you guys can't even see it, chat. Come on, why don't you tell me? So look, last play of the game. I'll show it to you guys a couple more times. I'm turn his volume off. Yeah, it was Trey Donaldson obviously playing defense on him. I think this guy's name from Virginia Tech that had the ball, his name was Ben Hammond, if I recall correctly. Honestly, he looked like he had a good look once the inbound came in. He was able to drive by a little bit, but he just slipped on his own feet and ended up, just tripping up and just had to throw something up to win the game. But he ended up losing, but regardless, it was a really good game, guys. It was a really good game, and it was even awesome to be there in person. I don't know if you guys saw the UNC stuff that I did, but obviously UM did play UNC. They were, at the time, UNC was ranked number 11 in the nation, and it was a huge upset win for UM. They ended up winning that game by at least, I think it was like 9 points. And there was a whole court storm and everything. It was pretty cool. I was pretty cool to be there for the first. That was my first court storm that I've ever been a part of, so it was pretty cool to be there, especially for a team that I've always, gone for. But yeah, and then you have obviously the photo dump that I have here, a little highlight of Trey Donaldson killing it last night versus the Hokies. I believe that's how you pronounce it, the Hokies. But yeah, really good game from them nonetheless. And yeah, that's just been some of the stuff that I've been cooking up while I've been away. Love my Spider-Man comics. Obviously, the Minka trade that, I mentioned earlier, where that they suddenly want to put him on the block now. Obviously, with the new regime, just trying to clean house and stuff. And this is obviously the tweet where we are currently going live for episode 0.5. It's going to be a short episode, guys. Won't be too long. I do have a couple of other things that I do want to go through. We definitely have to still do our Madden rebuild wheel spin, where we're gonna go through all the teams and just start crossing teams off, and the last team that stands is the team that we're gonna rebuild. So the next thing that I wanted to talk about is the All-Star game. Personally, I thought they cooked. Okay, aside from the last game, which sucks because it was the deciding game. Aside from that last game, it was pretty fire. I did like the concept of the round robin, where you have just kind of individual teams instead of just two teams with stacked rosters. You get to see more players. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. You get to see more players play. Obviously, you get to see them play a little bit more than what they normally play sometimes. So, and honestly, it really did start getting competitive because Wemby, from the very beginning, was like, "Yo, we are cooking these guys. Like, they wanted to win. They didn't even make it to the championship round, which kind of sucked, but it's all good. I wanted to see if they had the teams here. Yes. So, no, this is not the teams. They're just the All-Stars. There we go. These are the teams right here. So this was what the rosters were looking like come All-Star night. It was a good game, man, honestly. I really thought that the old heads, or the OGs is what they call themselves, I really thought they were going to pull out in that last game, but they started off so bad. It was really bad. But eventually, obviously, Anthony Edwards put a stamp on his name at the All-Star game, winning the All-Star MVP as well, and carrying his team to the All-Star, I don't know what they're going to call it. I guess All-Star Championship, whatever. But honestly, I thought it was pretty cool. Not sure what you guys think about it. I think next year they should do something similar. But I'm not sure if we want to do the USA versus World, because I know LeBron brought up a point where, like, obviously the world is a lot larger compared to just the US as far as, like, you know, players and stuff like that goes. So maybe if they kept it where it's like you have 3 teams, and you just have 3 coaches, and you just have them draft out of the players that are there. You put all the players in a player pool, and then you just have all 3 of them draft. Kind of like how they did the All-Star game before with the 2 players, but instead of 2, you just have 3, and you just do the draft. I think that's pretty fair. Obviously, you do the 10 starters first. Once they're all gone, you know, you move on. One team might have 3. Am I doing my math correctly? No, one team is going to have... Man, I don't know how to do math, guys. One team is going to have 1 extra All-Star, obviously. Because there's 3 teams, so it's going to be 3, 3, 4. So one team is going to have the extra All-Star, but maybe like every year they can rotate, you know, which coach, or I don't know. However they end up doing it. That's just my idea. I'm just spitballing here, alright? And then, yeah, I mean, that's kind of my thoughts on it. The dunk contest, don't even get me started. Don't get me wrong. I like that the Heat guy won. Okay, the guy from the Heat, my boy. I saw him at the Met guy actually, Kashad Johnson. It was cool to see him win because obviously he's a Heat player and whatnot. But honestly, the whole dunk contest was lame. 3-point contest, didn't even watch because my boy Steph Curry wasn't in it. Obviously, because you know he's hurt. But I know he's doing it next year, and they're trying to get everybody to do it next year. So next year's 3-point contest is gonna be lit. And yeah, I think that might be it. I think I just wanted to kind of bring that up and kind of throw ideas of how to make it better. And obviously, I think one of the biggest things that people are talking about right now, especially Jaylen Brown, is doing a 1v1 tournament. We see how successful it is in the Unrivaled League with the women's basketball. I mean, personally, I like watching Unrivaled. I like watching the 1v1 tournament. But I think the 1v1 tournament would be pretty cool, especially in the NBA where you have all the good players. I mean, granted, it might be a little bit of lopsided if it's, you know, like a guy like Nikola Jokic versus Jalen Brunson, you know, a guard and a center. So maybe you kind of separate, you know, guards, shooting guards, small forwards versus power forward centers or something like that. I don't know. Or maybe just make it like a 2v2 or make it a 3v3 or something. I don't know, man. Just do something different. I do like that the way it's going, though. I did like this change up this year. I can't say I'm too disappointed because, like I said, the first couple of games, they were really good. It was just that last game that honestly was really terrible. If that game lived up, if that game was just as good as any of the other games before, everybody would be like, oh my god, All-Star Forman's so good, and oh my god, oh my god. But can't have it all, man. It is what it is. Sorry, guys. My throat's really dry. I don't know why. Alright. And I think the last thing we're going to do, obviously, now is to do our wheel. So, let's do it. Got our wheel here. And we're going to start. So, obviously, I had to get the game first. I had to figure out how to do all the stuff in the Madden. Oh, guys, hold on. Give me 1 second. Hold on. My bad. I had to sneeze. Back to what I was saying. So yeah, so now we're gonna do our rebuild. We're gonna select our rebuild team for Madden 26. So obviously I had to play the game a little bit before, so I know what the hell I was doing going into the franchise mode. Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't even remember the last time I ever did a Madden rebuild. Not just a recording like to put online, like just at all. Like I haven't downloaded Madden in a couple years because I've just been playing NCAA Dynasty, which obviously has been great. I haven't played it too much recently just because kind of like I felt like I needed a break where I was playing that game every single day, so I kind of just need a little bit of a break. And the only reason why I bought Madden was because it was on sale for $20. If it wasn't on sale, I still wouldn't own it, but it was on sale, so I ended up getting it. So yeah, so we already did the Dolphins, so we're gonna get them off of the roster, off of this. That was the team that we ended up doing already, so I don't want to, have two rebuilds going on at the same time. That was the first team that I kind of did a test run with. I'll tell you this though, I completely changed the Miami Dolphins. Okay, immediately I traded Tua. I think I just traded him straight up for Shedeur Sanders. I was just like, bro, just give me a quarterback that can have some type of potential, but I might also be able to get Fernando Mendoza in the draft. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, so we're gonna get rid of them. I definitely want to get rid of like a lot of the better teams. Hold on, I gotta sneeze again. Oh man, sorry guys. What was I saying? Yeah, so I definitely want to get rid of some of these bigger and better teams on. Oh my bad. These bigger and better teams on here, just so that way it doesn't make my rebuild too easy. So off the bat, obviously we're gonna get rid of the Super Bowl champions, right? Got to. They gotta go. That's a no-brainer. We obviously have to get rid of the team that played them, right? Okay. Let's see. Any other teams that we should get rid of here, chat? I don't want a team that's too easy. Like, if they're good but their cap situation is abysmal, that's fine. I'll do it. But definitely, I don't want to do the Bills just because it's the Bills. Let's see. Oh, I'm scrolling too much here. Can you guys even see that, chat? Do you guys need me to zoom in a little bit? That's better. And if anything, I'll zoom back out for the wheel. So yeah, so we're gonna get rid of those teams. Let's see how many did we get rid of? We got rid of the Bills, the Patriots, Seahawks, and the Dolphins. 4. Let's get rid of. What if we get rid of 10 teams? I feel like the top 10 best teams are definitely not the Chiefs because we don't want to do Patrick Mahomes. I don't know why that says Redskins, by the way. That's crazy. I don't even know how old this wheel is, but whatever. Yeah, this literally says Oakland Raiders. Come on, are we so for real? Alright. So yeah, so let's get rid... what's another team to get rid of? I guess the 49ers. We definitely have to get rid of them, right? The Rams, I'm okay with keeping just because really, like, outside of Puka... Oh, actually, they have Devontae Adams, too? Okay, fine. We'll get rid of the Rams. I was gonna say, just because, like, they really only have Puka, and Stafford's probably gone after, like, Season 2, so... Whatever, we'll see. He's gone anyways. I think the rest of these teams, though... I think we're gonna leave them. The Eagles, I'm definitely gonna get rid of them. What do we think, chat? Do we get rid of any more teams? Or should we just... I mean, most of these teams are gonna be gone anyways, because... Obviously, we're gonna be, getting rid of them to narrow it down to 1, so let's do it. Let's just start spinning the wheel, man. Let's let Destiny take care of the rest. Let's see what team we get here, man. What team is getting crossed off the board? Oh, honestly, we probably should have taken the Ravens off, but that does us the favor. Nope, we gotta get rid of him now. Hold on. That spin doesn't count, chat. Gotta get rid of the Ravens first. Can I just spin it from here? Oh, perfect. I don't even have to zoom out. Let me zoom in a little bit more. What team was that? Oh, the Browns! Honestly, I'm okay with that because I didn't want to play with Shador anyway, so. Okay. Oh, we gotta get rid of the little spaces too. And I have to get rid of the your choice? Are you shitting me? Come on, give me another spin. Here we go. Here we go, here we go. What team is next? What team is next to be eliminated here? The Carolina Panthers. Right. I guess they're gone. Let's go. I think after this chat, we are pretty much gonna be done. I'm probably just gonna do like a little wrap up and then we're done. So the New Orleans Saints. No, honestly, I wouldn't have minded doing that. That team. All good though. What's next? Let's see. Honestly, I kind of want to do the Raiders. Just because that's so easy. They might have the #1 pick. The Broncos are gone. What other team would I mind doing? I wouldn't mind doing the Titans. You got Cam Ward already. I don't have to worry about a quarterback. The Commanders, I think, would be probably one of the tougher ones. Just because I think that... Oh, actually, no. They have Jay Daniels, bro. You know why, bro? It's because he was in and out this season, and they underperformed so heavy after going to the NFC Championship. They folded, though. They folded. They folded big time. Let's see what other team is next here. Detroit Lions. They're donezo. What team is next? Let's see. Oh, the Steelers. Honestly, I wouldn't have minded doing the Steelers either because I know Aaron Rodgers retires after probably 1 or 2 seasons. Would have been an interesting scenario to do. Let's see what we got here. The Cowboys are gone. Chad, I'm not really sure how I'm going to split up the series either. I was thinking of maybe doing like one video and just making it like 2 hours. Or I was thinking of just doing 1 season per episode. So I'll do like 1 season, you'll have the full season in 1 episode, and then, you know, I'll do the 2nd season. So, but we'll see how long it takes me to play through an entire season first, and then that'll probably determine, you know, how often I drop episodes for it. So the Buccaneers are gone. Get them off the wheel. We're narrowing it down here, man. We're narrowing it down here. I still got the Titans on here. I'm not upset at that. Oh, are you going to get rid of my Jaguars? Oh, the Chargers are gone. I don't know why I said my Jaguars. The only reason why I said that is because I have a cool Jaguars bomber jacket. Honestly, if we rebuild that team, I'm going to wear it the entire video. So that would be pretty cool. Giants are gone. Okay, interesting. A team I don't want to do that's on here still is the Jets. I hate the Jets, but... Oh? I hate the Jets with a passion, bro. It's my dad's favorite team, but as a Dolphin fan, instant hate. Instant. The Colts, I don't mind them being eliminated because they have no draft picks. Oh, the Jaguars are gone. No way. Alright, well, let's get rid of the Jaguars here. Let's see what else we got. Let's see what else we got. The Houston Texans. Alright. Okay, so how many teams we got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 teams left. It's gonna get interesting, chat. This is going to get interesting. The Green Bay Packers are gone. Jordan Love, Dunzo. 8 more teams. 8 more teams. Here we go. Oh, the Falcons would have been nice because honestly, I probably would have cleaned slate at the quarterback position and I would have traded Michael Penix. Just because I don't like left-handed quarterbacks, bro. Only reason. It's the only reason. The Bengals are going good because I didn't want to play with Joe Burrow. I feel like that would have been a little bit too easy. Their defense is abysmal, though, but, you know, to each their own. So the Bears, ooh, honestly, I probably should have got rid of the Bears earlier. Oh, the Raiders are gone. No way. We are down, chat, to our final 5 teams. Who are we going to rebuild? We have the Bears, the Commanders, the Jets, the Titans, and the Vikings. Chat, if you're watching right now, drop your prediction right now. Drop your prediction right now while I drink this water. Alright, here we go. Next wheel spin. Who are we going to get? Or who are we going to eliminate? Bro, if I get stuck with the Jets. If I get stuck with the freaking Jets, bro. Are you kidding me right now? Phenomenal. Get rid of them. Alright, man. The Bears, the Titans, and the Vikings, man. One of these teams is going to fire their GM and hire Seb from Sports with Seb. His prior work experience, Sports with Seb. Here we go. What team is next? What team is next to get eliminated off the field? And it's going to be the Tennessee Titans. I would have loved to use those throwback uniforms that I'm pretty sure are in this game. But it's going to bring us down to division rivals. The Bears or the Vikings. Which means our storyline is going to begin with the other team upset at the new team that hired me for passing up on the job. Madden rebuild. Let's see, man. Which team is not going to be rebuilt by Sports with Seb? Here we go. And the Bears are eliminated, chat, and that leaves the Minnesota Vikings. We are heading to the mountains, bro. We are heading to Minnesota with J.J. McCarthy, Justin Jefferson. Man, I you know what? I'm not too upset at this team because we have a couple of good pieces to go and build off of. So I'm gonna experiment with the Minnesota Vikings, bro. Who knows, bro? Maybe I'll trade Jay Jetta's the first move I make, bro. Wouldn't that be something? That would be absolutely crazy. I would never do that. But I will say I am open to changing that quarterback position because I'm not sold on J.J. McCarthy, and if he doesn't have a good depth trait or anything, he might be riding the bench for this season, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Or I might go have to shop him on the market for someone else. So yeah. So there you have it, folks. The Minnesota Vikings are going to be the team we rebuild in Madden 26. So I'll probably start filming that this weekend. I don't want to say I'm gonna be able to do the whole season this weekend. I'm going to try to just do all Saturday just playing Madden, playing the Vikings rebuild, and trying to muscle out that whole season. And we're going to go from there and see how that goes. But honestly, I will say, I probably will say this will drop. It'll drop probably the first weekend of March. So I want to say like the 6th, March 6th, you'll see like the first season of the Minnesota Vikings rebuild, and depending on how much I get done, I might get started on season 2 and start filming that. That way I can also start editing it. That way when I come back from my trip, because I'm actually going to Chicago, which actually would have been pretty cool if I would have got the Chicago Bears, because I'm going to go take a flight to Chicago in the middle of March, the weekend of the 13th. So there probably won't be an episode for that weekend, but the weekend that I come back, I'm going to drop season 2 of the Minnesota Vikings, obviously assuming I've been able to play and edit and do all that good stuff. So yeah, so that's gonna be that. Let's switch back over to the full cam here. Bam. That's the last thing that I had planned today. Obviously the sports podcast, Sports with Seb has been gone for quite some time, so I kind of want to bring it back and get things going again. We're going to get a couple of episodes out for you guys starting in March, the first Wednesday. I'm going to try to do these episodes on Wednesday. I think that's a good set date to do it. I believe I did them on Wednesday before when I was doing the other episodes, so I'm going to try to keep it the same. We're going to try to do it on Wednesday and try to get these episodes out for you guys. Like I said, we're going to try to do it every week. If not every week, it'll be once every 2 weeks. You'll see an episode out. It'll at least be an hour at the least. I'm going to try and see how long I can talk, but I want to say I'm going to try to do at least an hour, maybe 45 minutes, depending on how much there is to talk about and stuff. But like I said, there's a lot of new things that I've been cooking up. A lot of new segments that I want to introduce on these Sports with Seb episodes. It's not going to just be me sitting behind my dresser anymore, talking to you guys. Now I have a full setup. I have 3 monitors. I can have multiple things going on at once. And I definitely will probably just be streaming more in general. I might hop on a stream and you guys might see me rebuild the other team that I'm doing, which is obviously the Miami Dolphins, that I changed over and I relocated them to Anchorage, Alaska. So now they're the Anchorage Wolves. I know, all the way from Miami, all the way freaking across America. They're in Alaska now, so that's what I've been up to, man. So obviously, make sure you guys put on your post noties. Make sure you guys like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff, so you guys are in tune and know when all this stuff is dropping. Sports with Seb is 1 follower away from 500 followers on Instagram. So if you're not following, make sure you guys go follow already. And I think that's it. Make sure you guys check out my article that I wrote. Let me see if I can pull it back up here again. My article that I wrote for the last game. It's a recap article on just how the game went versus Virginia Tech. I was there yesterday at the Wasco Center. It was amazing. Great game. Went down to the final 3 seconds. So if you haven't already, make sure you guys go check that out. And obviously there's a lot of other good stuff on the Lemon City site, which I got to give them really good credit. Can I move this so you guys can see all of it? Oh, it's not going to let me move it. Whatever. So yeah, so shout out to Lemon City. They've given me the opportunity to do this stuff, so big shout out to them. Big shout out to Pause Up. I believe there's a Pause Up episode already out. Let me see here. The latest episode was out on the 12th, so make sure you guys stay tuned next week on the 20th. I believe they're dropping the next one. It'll be episode 117, and like I said, they're going to have the FIU head coach on there, so make sure you guys go check that out. And yeah, that's going to be the wrap for Sports with Seb episode 0.5. This one I'm probably just going to leave on Twitch and probably save it, chop it up, and make a little bit of videos for it. But I'm not going to post this, to keep forever. This was just kind of a test run, test my monitor, test the speed on the internet, test the microphone, which we had some issues with earlier, and just kind of see how everything looks. So thanks for showing up. If you guys did, I'll see you guys in the next one.